Yo, 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 this is Mr. O. Yo, 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 this is Mr. O. And today we're going to learn about solving radical equation. Okay, radical equation doesn't limit only with square root. It could be cube root, fourth root, or a rational expression wherein the exponent is in fraction form. For example, we know the square root of v is v to the 1/2. Or we have a cube root of b squared is same thing as v to the 2/3. Or we know the vice versa, if we have y 3 raised to the 3/4 is same thing as fourth root of y to the third power. This time we're gonna apply all these rules or properties in solving equation. Okay, and be watch out that there are times that you have to have two answers, so make sure you pay attention to those things. All right, ready? Solve each equation. -1 is equal to v raised to 1/2 minus 8. So in solving equation, you have to isolate the variable. So I need to move the -8 to the other side by adding 8 here, adding 8 here. That will give me a 7 is equal to v raised to 1/2. And in order for me to get rid of the 1/2 there, I need to raise it to second power and second power. Why? Because 1/2 times 2 will just cancel out, and that's going to leave me a 1. So 1/2 times 2 will cancel out, will just be 1, and 7 squared is going to be 49. And that's the answer. If you would like to check your answer, -1 is equal to v raised to 1/2 minus 8. I'm going to plug in the 49 to the v here. So -1 equals 49 1/2 minus 8. We all know that 49 raised to 1/2 is same thing as square root of 49. The 2 here and the 1, that's how you place the 1/2 there, minus 8. Square root of 49 is same thing as 7. 7 minus 8 is equal to -1. So since they're the same, our answer is correct. Kaboom. Next. How do we solve p raised to the 4/3 is equal to 625? You can use our calculator or we can do this manually. So my goal is to get rid of the 4/3 here. For me to get rid of the 4/3 and isolate the p here, I need to raise it to 3/4. The opposite, 3/4. Why do I have to do that one? Because 4/3 times 3/4 will be 12 over 12, and 12 over 12 will be 1. Or you can say the 4 cancel out, the 3 cancel out, that makes the entire thing 1. So p will be by itself now. So to make the story short, you just have to get the reciprocal of 4/3 and raise it to the third power, which is 3/4. The idea is you have to do it also on the other side. So this becomes now fourth root of 625 to the third power there. What is fourth root of 625? If you remember, we can break this down to 25 and 25, and 5 and 5, 5 and 5. That's a group of 5. So therefore, the fourth root of 625 is only 5. But remember, guys, that there's a 3 waiting here outside. What's 5 to the third power? It's going to be 125. Kaboom. Next, solve. 7 is equal to the quantity 5n plus 5 raised to 1/2 plus 2. Again, my goal is to isolate this variable here, the n. I need to move the 2 to the other side. So I need to subtract 2 here, subtract 2 here. That will give me 5 is equal to 5n plus 5 raised to the 1/2. Again, same thing as a while ago, 1/2, I need to multiply this or raise it to the squared. But I have to do it also on the other side. So the 1/2 times 2 will cancel out, will be 1. That will leave me 5 squared, which is 25, is equal to 5n plus 5. Subtract 5 on both sides. That will give me 20 is equal to 5n. Divide everything here by 5. So therefore, n is equal to 4. Kaboom. Next, there are times that in solving radical, it is the radical form or the radical symbol or sign is part of the problem. Okay, like this: negative 4, fourth root of n plus 8 is equal to negative 12. Just remember that the fourth root of x is same thing as x to the 1/4. Okay, so if I multiply by 4, this cancel out. If I raise the 4, that cancel out also. It's the same thing. Okay, so negative 4, fourth root of n plus 8 equals negative 12. First, we need to isolate this one here, so we have to get rid of the negative 4. Not by adding, but by dividing it by negative 4. Why divide it by negative 4? Because the operation between the negative 4 and the fourth root is multiplication. So this cancel out. So this leaves us fourth root of n plus 8 is equal to positive 3. And then we have to raise it to the fourth power and fourth power. This will cancel out. This will just be n plus 8 is equal to t to the fourth is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is going to be 81. Minus 8 on both sides. That will give us 81 minus 8 is going to be 73. And that's the answer. Kaboom. Next, solve negative 6 plus cube root of a plus 21 is equal to negative 1. This case here, we have to isolate the a by adding it by 6 here. This leaves us cube root of a plus 21 is equal to 5. Again, we have to raise the third power in order for us to cancel this. So that gives us a plus 21 is equal to 5 to the third power is 5 times 5 times 5, which will give us 125. Minus 21 on both sides, that will give us a is equal to 104. Kaboom. Next, negative 16 is equal to negative 1 minus 3 cube root of 7n minus 15. Now, there are two factors that we have to get rid here in order for us to isolate the variable. First, we have to move the negative 1 first to the left. By adding 1, adding 1. Negative 15 is equal to, this cancel out, negative 3 cube root of 7n minus 15. Now I can divide everything here by negative 3, cancel this out. This will become positive 5 now, cube root of 7n minus 15. And again, for me to get rid of the cube root here, I have to raise the third power and third power there. This cancel. So that gives us 7n minus 15 is equal to 5 to the third. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And add 15 here, add 15 there. Let me move it here. 125 plus 15 is 140 is equal to 7n. Divide everything by 7 by 7. That gives us 20 is equal to n. Kaboom. So quantity 8p raised to 2/3 is equal to 16. What you need to do here is get the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. And you have to do it also on the other side here. 2 times 3, 3 times 2 is 6 over 6, which will be equal to 1, or this just simply cancel out. That leaves us 8p equals 16 raised to 3/2. We know that 3/2, 16 3/2 is the same thing as square root of 16 to the third power. Now, we know that the square root of 16 is equal to positive and negative 4 to the third power. That being said, you can split them into two. One will be 8p equals positive 4 to the third power. The other one is 8p is equal to negative 4 to the third power. What is 4 to third power again? It's 64. So 8p is equal to 64 divided by 8 divided by 8. So therefore, p is equal to 8 here. While here, negative 4 to the third power is negative 64 divided by 8 divided by 8. Therefore, p is equal to negative 8. So the answers are p is equal to 8, p equals negative 8. Kaboom. Next, negative 35 equals negative 10 minus the quantity of 5b plus 5 raised to 2 thirds. I need to move the negative 10 first to the left by adding 10 here, adding 10 here, cross it out. This will give me negative 25 is equal to negative 5b plus 5 raised to 2 thirds. I need to get rid of this negative here by dividing it by negative 1 divided by negative 1. That gives us 25 is equal to 5b plus 5 raised to 2 thirds. Again, we have to get rid of 2 thirds by multiplying it by the reciprocal. 2 thirds times 3 halves will just cancel out because that will be 6 over 6. That will leave us 25. 3 halves is equal to 5b plus 5. We know that 25 raised to 3 halves is the same thing as a square root of 25 to the third power is equal to 5b plus 5. We know that the square root of 5 could be a positive and negative 5 raised to the third power is equal to 5b plus 5. From here, we have to split them into two. First is 5, positive 5 to the third power is equal to 5b plus 5. The other one is negative 5 to the third power is equal to 5b plus 5. 5 to the third is 125. 5b plus 5, we're going to solve for the b by subtracting it by 5 here. This will leave us 120 equals 5b. And 120 divided by 5 will give us 24. So 24 is equal to b here. Here it will be negative 125 is equal to 5b plus 5. Same thing, we can subtract here by 5 here. This will become negative 130 equals 5b divided by 5 divided by 5. Negative 130 divided by 5 is negative 26. And those are your answers. And that's how you solve radical equation. And I hope you learned something. As always, kaboom.